right. But we are reversed. All right. We are live, but we are reversed. All right. We are live, but we are reversed. All right. We are live, but we are reversed. What is going on? All right. We are live. There is. Okay. Very good. Finally. All right. Okay. And live on X as well. Number one and number two. All right, so I am about to try a video playthrough of um, we're about to try a video playthrough of a game maker called Spawn. Um, so Spawn is, I would say, it's aimed to be a Roblox killer, um, and it's it's an interesting concept. I would say that we are right now kind of in between the two paradigms. The old paradigm was obviously making games on a artisanal basis. You had to more or less code everything. You had to build these enormous libraries of assets. Every asset had to be designed by a human being. There's lots of 3D generation, lots of work. Um, a typical AAA game would probably, at this point cost you like, several $100 million. The gaming industry as a whole has more revenue than movies. It is enormous worldwide, especially if you include include mobile gaming. So we have this enormous industry, which also kind of just absolutely destroys its talent. Uh, People who work in gaming are often overworked. They're working 18 hours a day. It's always crunch time, and they get fired a lot. So the gaming industry as a whole has lost a lot of people, a lot of programmers in the last in a couple of years. And we are slowly seeing games start to migrate to, uh, generation. I think some 3D assets are already being generated. Roblox itself has a 3D generation system. Um, Things are complicated. It's complicated because it's not just generating an image. It's not just generating a 3D object. It's generating a 3D object which can move, which means that you need to rig the asset, which means that you need to identify the physical points inside the asset which are going to move, and you have to specify how it's going to move. And this is difficult. It typically takes, a day's work for to create a character. It's tedious. It has probably limited the number of people who can play games, the number of people who can create games has probably been limited. We could probably have a lot more gaming in the world. I know that's a little bit hard to imagine, as we already have a lot of gaming. But um, we are in that interim period between having games completely created by human beings to having them imagined by the AI. Will it be 100% imagined? Never. One of the problems with gaming is that you need, if you are playing a multiplayer game, which are the most engaging games, you need the game to synchronize between two players. And synchronizing between the two players means even if they don't see the same thing, if they shoot at the same object, um, there is synchronization on who kills it first. It's not that, it's not both players killing it at the same time. So you need, or one player killing the other, who shoots first. So those things become very important in gaming. Gamers are very sensitive to lags, and over time, games have evolved to kind of have this enormous front-end library that sits with the player and transmitting just a few data points of that are required to kind of synchronize the game state on both sides. And you have an engine in the middle which kind of coordinates all of these pieces moving around. Now we're in that intermediary phase because in the future it looks like all of these things are going to be generated on the fly, potentially on the device of the gamer themselves. And a Spawn is, I would say, a starting point. Like most starting points, it looks a little bit like a toy right now, but I think there is a lot of runway ahead. If you identify I think the correct modality, you have the ability to, grow significantly if you can hit a product market fit. Now the key question is, are they actually going to hit product market fit? That we do not know. And so this playthrough, this is the second time I'm playing through. I have known the founder on X for, I don't know, like 6 months or so. I've been following their journey. It's pretty interesting. They are pretty cracked coders. I think the founder worked at Robinhood before, and he has this viewpoint that the only thing, his name is Jacob. Jacob has this viewpoint that the only thing that's going to matter in the future is things that help you have fun and help you create things. Because most of the things that we do for occupation, for work right now, are going to be subsumed by AI, which actually does all this stuff. All right, so enough of the preamble. Let's get started here. So I have opened the screen. I'm going to go in and kind of take a look and see what we can do here. Let's start off. So we can basically create a bunch of games. I have some games that I've created before. I will show them to you later. Right now, I'm going to create. Let's see. We have a all screen. We have a live screen. We have a project screen. All right. Let's start to create a world. So we're going to go here. I'm going to create a world. So I think I went through the YouTube tutorial. I have the YouTube tutorial open on another channel, and I'm going to go in here and I'm going to create a world. What kind of world shall we create? Let's create a Library of Congress. So I want a library with tall wooden shelves, green carpets, interspersed books on the shelves, and corridors where players can walk through. I want corridors where players can walk through, and a size of let's do a 100 times 100 times 100, and let's fire it off. All right. The AI that is in the back end is called Savi, and Savi is now processing this. It's coming back to me. It says cozy library vibes, building 4 different takes on your 100 times 100 book maze. Interestingly, it's building 4, and what is happening in the back end, I suspect, is they have an engine, a generation engine. That generation engine is probably firing up 4 different versions of it, potentially each in a different Docker container or in this on the same machine, whatever it is. There's a bunch of tokens being generated. One of the interesting things that I found out recently is that Google's VO3 video generations require 100,000 tokens per second of video. And here we have this spawn engine, which is generating right now. It's going to take 15 minutes. So it's doing maze layout with labyrinthine library with winding paths, and a classic library with warm lighting and organized shelves. What is the, it's supposed to create 4. It's not creating 4, but we'll come back to that. Let's look at some of the other, let's look at my worlds. Let's look at the ones that I did before. I'm gonna try and fire up Wild West Shootouts. And Wild West Shootouts, it's also generating, it's also being regenerated again, I guess. So we'll see what happens there. Let's go play something else. We have a game called Ascension Arena. Let's join the game. All right. All right, game help, objectives, survive as long as possible in the arena. Oh, we have music. If you can hear that, we have music. Defeat shadow orbs for points. Let's see, how's that music doing? All right. All right. Survive as long as possible. Survive as long as possible in the arena. Defeat shadow orbs for points. And you know what? I'm gonna turn off the music here because it's kind of annoying me. I hope. Yeah, I'm gonna turn off the music, but maybe you guys can still hear the music. It's not on my local. All right. Survive as long as possible in the arena. Defeat shadow orbs for points. Avoid the walls at the arena edges. Compete for the longest survival time. All right. reset the camera. Anyway, we are loading this. Let's see if we can get this going. All right, there we go. And the Z10 doesn't show up. Okay. All right. Oh, let's move ourselves there. All right. Well, we will see. All right. Let's see what happens here. All right. We also need to mirror this. All right. Transform. All right. There we go. Okay. So we have the survive, defeat, avoid, compete for the longest survival time. WASD move. WASD move. Mouse look around. Shift to sprint. Okay, that's annoying. Shift to sprint. That's the smaller finger. Control to dash. Control to dash. Escape pause menu. Q toggle this. Space to jump. Combat abilities. Left click arcane bolt. Right click shield. 1 key triple shot. 2 key inferno bolt. 3 key healing aura. 4 key lightning burst. There is no way that I'm going to remember all of this. All right, so let us just press any key or click to close. All right, let's go. All right, so we're moving around, and it's a basic block world. You can look around. You have these. Okay, let's try fight. Let's say. All right, it's okay. We're in track. You have been defeated. Respawning in 7. I am terrible at these games. Honestly speaking, I have not probably played something, shoot 'em up in, I don't know, something like 20 years. It's been a while. Let us do this. Respawning in 1. All right. All right. Am I actually going to be able to kill anything at all? Yes, finally. All right. Come on. I've been defeated. All right, very good. I suck, but the game itself is a typical shoot 'em up. You have these things over there. I do not know what they are. It's a little bit annoying that we don't have any lore. We do have a chat window on the side, where I presume once you are dead, you may chat. All right. Yes. All right. Very good. Now, this is, I would say, how long would this take you to code pre-AI? I don't know, pre-AI, maybe it'd take you a few weeks to code. I don't know. You would probably take you a good bit of time to code. It is running on the browser, which is great. It's kind of like a 1990s game. You can kind of see that. Let's see. I have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have health here. I presume that I have power. That looks like a. Can I get up there? Is this a jump? All right, I can jump. All right. I'm supposed to be able to jump. All right, there we go. That's a jump. All right. Can I look around? Oh, that looks green. Green is good. All right. Can I do something here? All right. Okay, let's kill something. So the annoying thing about Spawn is that it does take, at this point, 15 minutes to generate anything. And I presume the plan is to over time to let that come down. I'm reminded that in the early days of Roblox, it was the only game in town. It definitely sucked in the early days of Roblox. Roblox is 20 years old. You cannot imagine how bad Roblox used to look. Maybe we can even pull out a video of what Roblox used to look like. All right, hang on. Let's go back here. And Roblox did not look that good. Honestly, did not. Let's see. All right, YouTube. And Roblox, early Roblox. 2000 and, what was it, 2005, 2007? Okay, let's try 2007. Roblox 2007. Okay. Was it inflicted? All right. This was the 2006 Roblox player. Let's see 2006. Roblox 2006. This is what old videos. The old Roblox videos playlist. Wow. Look at those graphics. The Chaos Canyon firefight. I presume these are all historic Roblox videos at this point. And yeah, you know, this is what the kids used to play with. You know, at this time, 2006, you had good games. You had I think you probably had a Grand Theft Auto in 2006. Grand Theft Auto 2006. So this is what a Grand Theft Auto 2006 video might have looked like. Let's see. Filters, upload date. Anyway, I presume some of this is all right. I'm not going to waste time looking at this. Anyway, let's go back and check on our spawn, whether we have a game that is playable, that we can play. All right, let's go to My Worlds. We have Library Worlds and Wild West Shootout. Is this live yet? They'll actually text you when the game finishes, so that's good. My Worlds, all library worlds. All right. Okay, so now we have 4. They fired up 4. Sometimes I wonder. I wonder how many tokens that we use. We use a lot of tokens. You know, we're probably using hundreds of thousands of tokens at this point. And I always wonder, you know, we have these basically supercomputers, you know, computers which are, you know, millions of times more powerful than the Apollo, you know, moon landing computers, and we use them to create little games like this. So anyway, I have about 5 minutes left before these things come live. I would say this is one of the most annoying thing about this whole process is that you have to put up with the wait time. Let's try another one. So airship duels. There are no other. Click to enable mouse look, escape to exit. All right, fine. Okay, can I move around? E to board exit. Okay. There. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, still WASD. We can E to board. Let's try to board here. Can we board? We are not allowed to board the airship. Okay, can we board here? I can't even move forward. Can I board? Board. Board. Board, 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 board. Am I boarding? I am not boarding. No, not boarding. It does look nice though. It looks blocky but nice. I am, the difficult part is actually getting all of this stuff together. I do not think it is that difficult to make it more high resolution. This does have the feeling of early Roblox. Um, it looks good. I mean, and this is more than what I expected. I do wonder how much time it took, whether there was a lot of fine tuning involved, handcrafting. I do not know. Um, I must say that these people are probably much more creative than I am. All right, is there any way I can board? If I'm not able to board, I will leave the game. All right, very well. Change room. There's a world 2, there's a world 1. We can switch rooms. We can reset game. All right, you know what? Let's go back to spawn. Let's try something else. I gotta say, these games look extremely cute, extremely attractive. I gotta say, it looks attractive. I'm gonna close these. Kawaii Pet Arena. Here we go. Kawaii Pet Arena. The right people to test this on are probably my kids. All right, let's see. You need funds. Okay, you need funds to purchase. Can I purchase this dog? All right, come on. All right, all right, yeah. Did I get one? I got one, right? All right. The dragon. All right, let's follow the dragon. Where's the dragon going? I thought I owned the dragon now. What does the dragon do? All right, it's gonna go in. All right, it went in. It's standing there. And I'm getting money. Aha. So that doesn't look good. That countdown does not look good. So you basically get money. Okay, I'm stuck in here for 15 seconds, I'm guessing. So that door is going to open in 10 seconds. And then I can go out and I can buy more pets. Aha. So that's the game. You basically collect these pets, you put them in there, they accumulate cash, and then you buy more pets. I admit it does sound stupid, but this is a very classic Roblox game, actually, where you basically just run around and collect money. There we go. We have a second one. Can we get another? All right, let's do this. That's another one. All right, we got 3 of them. So the nice thing about this is the game mechanic here is fairly simple. It's not too complex. Anyone can play it, and you can kind of steal. Oh, there are other players here. Ah, I see. There are other players here. I can go in and I can steal from them, but then they can, create this, and they can come in. So they can come in through the gate. I cannot. So it's up to me to kind of go in and steal the money over there. Take my money, steal their money, and get more money than them and get more. Let's go in here. Wow, look at that. All right, and now I should be able to go through here. Yes, I can go through here. I've got $2,000. I'm flush with cash. And let's see. I mean, if this thing were procedurally generated, I mean, if this thing were, generative game, it's pretty impressive. It's playable. It's not maybe interesting for me. but it is definitely interesting for a kid. I could definitely see a kid getting, into this. Yeah, it works. It's a classic. It's kind of a classic Roblox game. I think the next thing that you do is probably you make these more um, cuter. They're not quite kawaii enough, but yeah, you can kind of see it, kind of see the vision. All right, let's exit this one. Let's just kind of go there. Can we save the game? All right, settings, sound, music. All right, and change room. Should we create a new room? No. Let's just exit here. Okay, come on. Where is my cursor? Okay, come on. There we go. And let's exit here and let's go back. Let's take a look at our worlds. My worlds. Where are my worlds? Ah, there we go. I'm so excited. We've got 3 worlds here. Let's look at the first one, maze layout. All right. Maze layout, come on. It's loading. It's loading. Click to enable mouse look. Escape to exit. All right. So every time you start off a spawn world, you kind of end up in this barren landscape. And you kind of wait. You wait for a couple of seconds for your world to generate. There's a spotlight there, presumably the sun in the sky, and you are waiting. And while you wait, you can move around. There is not much here. I am expecting something, so store. There are no items available in the shop catalog. All right, world. Cozy library vibes. They build. Edit. I do not want to edit this because I thought there was supposed to be a library world. I am going to exit. I'm going to look at one of the others. All right, let's take a look at one of the others. Let me check my messages and how we are doing. Let's see if I can get my camera back. Properties. Okay. Make changes to your app. I don't want to make changes because I want my library. I want my library. Come on. Where's my library? Where's my library, mate? Aha! We have the beginnings of a library here. It is very dark. Let us create light. Let there be light. Let's put a high ceiling with high-powered beam lights overhead. All right. And Shavi is typing. Let Shavi type. Adding a dramatic ceiling with beam lights, trying different lighting modes, evolving in-app. So this is where I hope it is fast. It would be very annoying if this was slow. So let us hope this is fast, relatively fast. And let us see how this goes. Waiting. 4 lighting styles. I have a feeling that this is going to take another 15 minutes. So, and if so, that is probably not. I would not be that keen if that was so. But let us see. Let us see what happens. No, we're building 4 lighting styles, cathedral beams, spotlights, etc., etc. I see. There are actually Caroline Mendel from on X. Hi. Um, yes, it is. It is generating. Come on, generate faster, man. All right, I'm gonna go outside and see what's. Oh wow, 15 minutes indeed. Oh my gosh, so painful, so painful. um, well, I'm gonna try and take a look at the other worlds. I think it's unavoidable. This is a heavy lift. This is not easy stuff in any way. I'm gonna try and open each one of these in a new tab, and I may crash. So if I crash, I have to come back. The stream will end and I'll have to come back. But let me try opening each of these. A worker not found. That's great. Let me try opening each of these in a new tab, so we can take a look at all of them at once. Um, all right, and all right, Maze Archives, Cozy Stacks, Grand Reading Hall. Um, Interesting. Um, Let us see. Okay, Cozy Stacks. Come on. Nothing. Maze Archive. Memory usage 424 megabytes, 200 megabytes, 246, 634. Let's check out LinkedIn. How much is LinkedIn using? 235. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. YouTube is using 700 megabytes. Okay. Um, maybe let me do a little bit of intro to that one. Has a library, but you're on top of it, so you can kind of see it as it loads in. Ah, I see. I see. Okay. Um, all right. Can I like go up? Oh, we have a moon. It's like a night sky. It is very dark. Why is it so dark? I get it just goes to show how much effort game designers put into lighting. Um, yeah, it is. It's kind of like a horror Harry Potter-esque, horror kind of, movie, with the, library in with dark lights. I remember there's a movie like City of Nights, City of Stairs, something like that, which had these kind of like enormous buildings in the dark, and it was a self-contained kind of world. And the guy, Truman Show like, woke up and he kind of ran around the world, and then he found out that the world had an edge, and he was actually living inside a kind of a simulation, but like an actual built-out simulation. This kind of looks like that. All right, so this is where we are. This is the one that is actually being generated again. Maze Archive. Let's take a look at this Maze Archive. Do we actually see the archive? Are we anywhere nearby? Oh, the Spawn guys are commenting. Hey, Spawn guys. I can see the comments, but I can't respond to you. No, I do not see the Maze Archive. All right, let's look at another one. Let's look at Cozy Stacks. Cozy Stacks. Worker not found on Cozy Stacks. Cozy Stacks is not going to work for us. Okay, Grand Reading Hall. Grand Reading Hall also has basically flat. It's flat. It's a flat world. Flat world with lights on top. So the base world is flat world with lights on top. So if you have a failure in generation, you either get worker not found, or you have a world with a light on top but nothing else there that you asked for. And that's what we have right now. Let's will changing the room do anything? Start a fresh world. All right, let's switching rooms. Let's see what happens. Maybe we'll get something new. It's in the early days of LLMs. Yes, in the early days of LLMs, it is kind of like this. I often compared. Oh no, another failure. Okay, in the maybe let me do a little bit of background on Jacob and the team. So I think I came across Jacob because Jacob decided to, I think he raised like a seed round, and then he went to the Swiss Alps to lock in, and they spent the January in the Swiss Alps, kind of working really hard. I highly recommend it. One of the amazing things that you will find out, or that you already know, is that the Bay Area is the most expensive place in the world to live. And so you can actually go to an exotic destination, and you can book out a place, and you can live there, and you can code, and it will still be cheaper than living in like SF. And so if your team, especially if your team is partially remote or somewhat remote or is very young, and is not kind of attached with like girlfriends, wives, jobs, etc., you can fly them out to somewhere. I'm not quite certain, but I think the Notion guys went to Japan, Tokyo, or Kyoto or Osaka in the early days. I can't remember for sure. So it is something that you can do, as if you're a startup founder, is to raise money, and to go to some exotic location, and which is what Jacob did. He raised money, and they moved the team out, and then he started posting on like how B2B SaaS was going to die, and so some of these tweets are great. There's a special kind of tragedy in watching B2B software funds raise right now. The gap between prompt to company being impossible and your entire portfolio being worthless is shorter than your fund's deployment period. Your investment thesis isn't aging badly, it's about to get deleted from existence. Should have wondered why the founders who actually understand AI stopped pitching you enterprise deals. Yeah, it's probably it shot him up the follower ladder like very quickly, because people like friction. People like antagonism on the internet. Having a good beef will help you grow your followership far faster than being nice. But it will also burn you in the long run. I have actually spoken to a number of VCs and complained about how I think the timeline for a VC fund is now kind of like, it's like a 7 to 10 year harvest period. If you have AGI or ASI like being predicted by 2029, how does that work? And how it's ended up working in actual, in the actual VC space, is people just kind of like, this technology will get good enough to prove out my investment thesis, but not any better than that. It's going to stop. It's going to stop being better. It's just going to stop. My investment thesis will work out. I often compare it to, hey, we're going to replace all of the sales reps, rather than, hey, we're going to replace the concept of sales itself, right? Is it hyperbole that you'll replace the concept of sales? You'll never need to sell anything? Probably. Probably even like, AGIs will be selling stuff to each other. But it may be that, you're not going to not just replace the sales rep, but you're going to replace, conceptually replace other things in that entire process of like, creating a product, distributing, and, obtaining money for it. So it is kind of an odd space, because VCs have to deploy money. They earn management fees on deploying funds. So they have to deploy, and they do deploy. And I think where they end up is they end up hoping to find founders who are smarter than them and who will actually be able to roll with the punches even if AGI happens. I have no idea how anyone expects anyone to roll with the punches if AGI happens. I don't even think anyone, understands what AGI is. And I think it's going to take us a long time to process this, like emotionally and like intellectually. And it might not even happen. I often tell people it's going to be between 6 months to, 12 months to 10 years, which is kind of gives me a, big enough flex that I can, say that I'm always right. Anyway, all right, let's go back. We got like 5 minutes there left. Did any of the other things respawn? I'm gonna refresh these, see if we can get some traction. The Grand Reading Hall. All right. everything kind of crashed on me. I hope I don't have to restart the browser. I really don't want to restart the browser. It'll be very annoying. Um, let us see if we can get through this. Let me try and let's see if like any of the other worlds actually are live. The Wild West shootouts. Wild West shootouts is definitely not live anymore. I think. Let's open a new tab. Worker not found. Darn you, darn you. How about this one? Worker not found. Okay, so if you have a link to click on, but there is no underlying, I think like Docker container or whatever. Oh, hey, maybe it's there. Maybe it's started up. Yeah, if it's not, if the Docker container or whatever that's running the app does not exist, you do not get to use it. You get a worker not found, and that is the end. I am sure they will at some point have some way of. Can I play this? Will I? There you go. All right. I'm supposed to. This is a shootout. As you can see, this was spawn V1. They have come a long way. Holy shit! Like, look at where they started off. I think several months ago, and look at where they are right now. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's huge. It still takes 15 minutes. I still dislike that it takes that long, but I understand. If you want that amount of token usage, if you want that amount of quality, that's what it's going to take. Sometimes I say that AGI is already here. We just need lots and lots more of these tokens to be spent. If you were to take a GPT-5 and you're able to run it for like billions and billions of tokens in like literally like in a latency of seconds, you would probably have AGI. You'd probably have some beautiful things happening. But since we cannot do that, we do not have AGI yet. But I have hope for the future. Anyway, so that was Wild West Shootouts. That was my first try. That was about, I think, 3, 4, 5 months ago, something like that. And now we are in Library Worlds. Library Worlds is my second try. We have a regen there. All right. Let's open up one by one. All right. Let's be nice. Let's open up one by one and let's see. There we go. All right. I am supposed to be able to look around. It's supposed to be ready. Come on. Hope and pray. No, it's not working. All right, let's go back. Let's see if we can open up any of the other ones. All right. Oh, all right. You have some controls and all right. No, still not able to use it. Sad. Very, very sad. Cathedral beams, spotlight drama. All right, let's see. Open new tab. Spotlight drama. Working on finding it. Oh man. All right, let me close a bunch of these windows. Click to enable mouse. Oh, we have a library. Finally. All right. Am I able to jump? How do I fix the controls? How do I do a bunch of things? All right. I do have the YouTube open somewhere else. What I do not like though is that I am not able to. All right. Okay. So we have a library here. We have overhead lighting. As you remember, I asked for high ceiling with overhead lights inside the library. I got the high ceiling with overhead lights. This is a much better looking library. I can look around. You still drop off into the abyss, into the starlit abyss beyond. But we do have a library. We don't have books. We don't have that level of generation. We have shelving, but no books. Not exactly what I wanted. I do not know how to jump here. Am I able to jump? Jump. Spacebar jump. All right. Luckily, everyone uses the same commands. All right. So, can I shoot? Can I shoot at anyone? cannot shoot at anyone yet. All right, so I can jump, and we have some movement. This is for 30 minutes of non-coding. Not bad. Not bad. The input from me was literally 2 sentences, and we have a odd-looking, library. It looks cool though. With the dark sky beyond, and it looks like I think at the end of Interstellar, they enter this kind of six-dimensional library or whatever, which is the you know the ending point, or I don't know. I don't know what that place was supposed to be, but it was supposed to be kind of like an interstellar library, I guess. But it looks kind of like that, right? So anyway, this is not bad. This is cool. Let us go and take a look at, that was a cathedral library. Let's see if we can get spotlight drama. Worker not found. Darn it. Cathedral library. Industrial beams. Industrial stacks. Come on. Do something. There's this meme of like this cartoon meme of someone poking something else. I am falling. The moon is there. The stars are there. The sky is there, and I am falling. Would be kind of a hilarious kind of game where if you were just perpetually falling, kind of like the early part of Alice in Wonderland, where she jumps in the hole and she starts falling and falling and falling forever, and she thinks she's never going to, get to the end of it. This is okay. Let's see if you can change rooms here. We have a settings bar, camera, etc., ambient volume. Let's change room. Let's change the room. Let's see what happens with switching rooms. I suspect maybe I'm not like I don't have rights to fire up like multiple workers at once, which is perhaps why only one thing seems to be loading at once, and I can't get multiple games to load. But let us see. All right, world 1 current. All right. No. Let's see. Change room. There's a world 1 and there's a world 2 and there's a world 3 current. Can I go to world 1? Let's go to world 1. Switch rooms. So as I was saying, Spawn is a fresh new startup. Looks good. I think latency matters a lot. But most people are players. Most people are not builders. And it is, boy, is it tedious to make a Roblox game. It is ridiculously tedious. Roblox is not really, when they started out, Roblox was a game where kids could kind of expect to go in and make up a game for their friends to play. That lasted for like, I don't know, a few years. Nowadays, you need to be a professional coder. You need to be better than a professional coder. I can code in Python. Boy, Roblox sucks. It sucks because they have optimized the environment for players worldwide to be able to deliver to up to 1 billion players worldwide, to be able to play on the same servers together. They have focused a lot of their work on infrastructure. They have not focused a lot of work on developer experience. Hey, because developers are making money, so we don't care to service them that much. So the developer experience for Roblox is terrible, absolutely terrible. They could do so much more. They could do so much more with generative AI. They are behind. There is a pathway here, a niche, to kind of burn more tokens earlier than Roblox and get generative AI gaming properly working. It's going to happen. It's more likely to happen for kids than it is, for adults or for Grand Theft Auto or, larger AAA games. The strategy is correct. Is the technology there? Perhaps not right now, but if you can get enough like initial traction, raise money, hire a team, and roll forward, the technology will eventually be there. I don't know how many cycles it's going to take. I'm guessing I don't know, 36 months, 36 months, it's going to be there, right? For sure. Is it going to happen before that? I don't know. Latency, the main issue is the latency. I don't see a way around latency right now. Um, if they could kind of do a proof of concept where they like kind of devote one entire H100 for generation, and it generates well, that'd be great. And they can show that they can get the latency down to like a minute or so, or something with a decent amount of time. Anyway, let's see. We have tried Cathedral Beams. We've tried Skylight Glow. Industrial Beams, did it load, or Spotlight Drama? Let's try Spotlight Drama, which did not, I think it did not load just now. Oh, it's loading now. All right. Let's see if Spotlight Drama comes up. Connecting to room. Click to enable mouse look. Escape to exit. All right, come on. It is not. It is not. That is the sum total of that experience. All right, industrial stacks. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna close some of these windows now and do a final roundup. All right. Okay, I'm gonna go back to play. This is Spawn. Spawn is a new generative AI game. It allows players to type in and create worlds, and allows them to share those worlds. It allows other people to play those worlds. Some of these games are similar to early Roblox. They have similar gameplay tactics, techniques. They are generated fast, 15 minutes or so for the first generation. You kind of refine it over time. It's not bad. I mean, it's honestly not bad. Like some of these games are. I played Kawaii Pet Arena right just now. It's very, very, very similar to a typical Roblox game. It's fun. I could definitely see some kids getting excited playing with it for 5-10 minutes. Maybe that's another AGI metric, right? That's another AGI. How much time can an AGI engage you in a game? How much time can an AI engage you in a game? And perhaps right now, you could send these games out and you could, look at the average times, and perhaps what you'd get is like, hey, a 5 minute, game. And if you look back at where we were kind of 6 months ago on, say, Wild West shootouts, and on Wild West shootouts, it was kind of like a 5 second game, right? It was kind of you'd maybe click the mouse twice, and that's kind of the sum total. Kawaii, Kawaii Pet Arena, that was a 5 minute game. Perhaps in 6 months we'll be at 50-minute games. A typical AAA game, I think like Elden Ring was, I don't know, 50, 100 hours of playthrough time. Let's see. Let me just check. How much playthrough time did Elden Ring have? So okay, how long was the planned playthrough time for Elden Ring? Okay, ChatGPT, tell me how much time it. 30 hours to complete. So we've gone from probably 5 seconds to 5 minutes in 6 months. We'll go from 5 minutes to 50 minutes in the next 6 months. We'll probably go from 50 minutes to 500 minutes in the next 6 months. That takes you to about 10 hours. That's 6 months more to 50, 12 months to 500, 18 months to 5,000. And that's where you start getting into, times which are long enough that you have a proper game. So 18 months perhaps to a AAA type engagement kind of playtime metric. At the earliest, maybe 36 months on the outset. It kind of also gives you a sense of how long the current gaming industry might be around. I would say Spawn is one of the early entrants. I don't think Google will get there. Google has their world simulators, but they are not focused so much on gaming. I don't think they're going to get there. They don't have the gaming DNA. It is going to be a group of young cracked coders who get there. Spawn has a good opportunity here. So, and with that, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to try to do more of these streams to kind of test and play through or try out new AI software, games, techniques, etc. over time. I don't think a lot of people do kind of non-biased um, you know trials of these things. So I will try to do a few more of them. Please subscribe on X. I'm very active on X. You can reach me on there, or subscribe on YouTube. I'm going to be trying to do more of these, and I will see you around. Bye bye.